Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly Team Aspire Zoom meeting. Today is May 3rd, 2016. So we have switched from Monday nights to Tuesday nights to see if that works better for everybody for a little while. I kept hearing Monday nights wasn't convenient, so we'll try Tuesdays, see if that works any better. So if it doesn't work out for you, I'm sorry, but we are trying our best, and we do record them. So if you can't be live, make sure you catch the recording. So a few announcements. We had our biggest slim down contest start yesterday, and a lot of you are test driving the new website, and it's been a little rough the last 2 days, but we're learning a lot. We're adapting it as fast as we can. So we really appreciate your feedback, especially screenshots are super helpful. So if you have something happen and you're like, I don't know what this means, give me this funny error message, make sure you send me a screenshot if at all possible so that I can send it to the developer so he can see what's going on. And then if you have an issue with one of your contestants, make sure you tell me who it is. He has a way to go into the website and pretend to be them so he can see what the issue is. So if you have a contestant saying, oh, you know, this is happening, then give me the name of the person so that he can pretend to be them and see what's going on. So anyway, we're trying our best and we're learning a lot, and thank you for your patience. We have a couple things. So if you are using the website and you have something act funny, make sure you log out and log back in. We're trying to implement something that automatically logs people out if it's inactive. So we're trying to do that, but most of the time the errors happen because you leave it open and you don't log out, and you need to log out after you're done. So if you guys could just get in the habit of logging out, then you wouldn't see the error message. So after you're done, if you log out, that helps a lot, or close the screen or the tab or whatever. So that's a big issue. And then also today the weigh-ins are due, and the before photos are due. So if you haven't gotten those in, make sure you do that. Your contestants, make sure you send out any messages. If they're using the website, it will not let them upload photos and weigh-ins after midnight at their time. So it did ask when they made the account what time zone they're in. That was the purpose of that. So make sure that we customize it for everybody's time zone so it's midnight for everybody. So make sure you tell them, like, look, you guys only have, you know, such and such number of hours left. Make sure you get it in before midnight, because after that you're out of it. Sorry, you know, so there's not much we can do. I mean, we could maybe make it work, but it'll be a little difficult. So anyway, that's the scoop for that. If they are having trouble with their weigh-in videos, it's most likely because it's too long. So we didn't realize that was going to be an issue. It needs to be about 15 seconds long, because anything longer than that seems like it's just too big of a file. So we're trying to adapt to that too, but for right now, we're just asking everyone to either crop it or make a shorter video. So hopefully, you know, you guys are enjoying the website, and we'll get it all taken care of so that everybody else can use it next time. I keep getting messages from coaches saying, I wanted to try it out. I'm like, sorry guys, I can't have everybody. So anyway, everyone's super excited. And then the payments are due by tomorrow at midnight. So we did extend the deadline. I had a lot of people creating PayPal accounts that said, oh, it's going to take 48 to 72 hours until you can pay. So that's why we did that, so that they make sure that they get the entry fees in. So make sure you check the entry fee list in the May's Biggest Slim Down Contest group in the file section. I have been updating as fast as I can. There are 127 official contestants right now, which is awesome. We were hoping to pass 100, so we're doing amazing. So thank you, team, for helping us do that. And then we had a little contest going on with our team that whatever coach got the most new contestants into the contest was going to win this sample pack of the Beachbody Performance line that I got in the mail for Hitting Success Club 2 months ago. Last month? I don't remember. I'm confused. Anyway, but I have all this stuff already, so I'm gifting it to one of you. So what I need you guys to do, and I'm going to put a post after the team call or maybe tomorrow, because I'm swamped with the contest. I'm going to ask how many new people you had join the contest, so they couldn't have been contestants or customers before. New people that you found specifically for the contest, whether they signed up with the coach account or not. I'll just ask for the number, and whoever has the most, I'll send this out. So make sure you guys weigh in with your number so that I can get that out to you guys, or to the winner. And then the coach of the week. So the coach of the week this week, I was super impressed with. I was the leader of the week last week for Team Pure Results, and I was talking all about no excuses. And one thing I've noticed with this coach of the week is that she had a no excuses attitude last week. Oh, she kind of has it all the time, but especially last week because she was super busy. still managed to hit Success Club last month, even though she's moving and she's still on all the team calls. So congratulations, Vanessa, for being the Coach of the Week again, because she's amazing. So congratulations. I know how extremely stressful and busy moving is, and I'm impressed you're even here tonight. So thank you so much for being here and for everything you do. And she's about halfway to Diamond, guys. She has an emerald underneath her. She's got a couple coaches, so she's doing amazing in her business. She's still pretty new. So congratulations, Vanessa. You're doing great. You definitely deserve Coach of the Week with your no excuses attitude. So love it. So today we're talking about how to best support our customers through the contest and challenge groups in general. So this is an open discussion, so I really want you guys to all talk who are live. Does anyone have any ideas that spring to mind when they think about supporting their customers through a contest or a challenge group? Everybody's muted at the moment, but we have Brittany, Malitha, Tether, and Vanessa on the line today, just for all of you people on the recording.
Normally what I do is when I'm supporting them, I usually have a message group just for my customers. And so I'll say, hey, how is everybody doing today? And get them talking, and they actually will support each other. Like, I don't have to do anything but start the conversation, and then they'll say, oh, I did this today, or I did this today, and the other ones will be like, oh, I did this. And then even if they're having a struggle, they'll be like, oh, I really want a donut or a Coke, and everybody will be like, no, you don't want to do that. So although I'm not really doing the supporting, I'm facilitating it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more organic that way, and I don't feel like I'm having to like call out people and like drag them back in.
So question, how do you feel like that's different than like a group? So you have a message thread going, but how do you feel like that's better than, say, a group?
Because it's my personal customers. So a lot of times, you know, we run the groups together. It's just more personal to me. Like, you know, you have the big group and we still post things in the big group, but it's not really live real time. And so I feel like it's just more personal and intimate.
Mm-hmm.
And so the group to me can sometimes be intimidating to some people, but a text is not. And so they're more likely to chat because, honestly, because it's a smaller box.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's what it is because I can get so much more response out of people through Facebook Messenger than I can through the groups. You know, I still support them on the group, but I can't facilitate that conversation and get them going in the groups like I can on the Facebook Messenger.
Yeah, I love that idea. So do you tell them to turn off notifications so it doesn't drive them crazy, or
Nope.
Figure they could figure it out on their own?
Yep. Because I found out that if I tell them to turn it off, they'll immediately do it. And then they're not cooperating. Now, occasionally I'll have somebody ask me to take them out, and I'll say, well, you know, I don't really want to take you out because you might need the support. Just mute your notifications.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't tell them to mute their notifications because I don't really want them to. I want them to have that constant reminder of they're part of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and which granted, I usually don't have but like 10 people. So I don't have a huge number. You know, you always have a lot more to coach. And in your case, I would almost break that up into smaller pods. I know it's more confusing to you, but I really think if you get more than like, say, 7 or 8 people, it does get a little confusing.
Mm-hmm. So like when I did it before, I did it with one of the past contests. I think I put like 5 in a group. Mm-hmm. And I tried to match people I thought would be similar. So, you know, single moms or whatever together, you know. So I did that once. That's true. I forgot all about that. So thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. I wouldn't match them up like that, though.
You wouldn't?
I think that, no. It's kind of those opposites attract, kind of like me and you. And when you put the same personalities in a group, it's very blah and bland. Just from personal experience from doing counseling at work, the best groups are the groups that have different types of people in there. And so they have varying opinions, and they'll have different ways that they do things. So I would not match them up at all. And you also don't want to match them up by sex. You want to have, some males and females together. Now, if you have one person that specifically is like, a woman that's real shy around men, and that's an issue, then maybe make her group specifically all women. But in my opinion, the only thing I might match would be programs they're doing. You had some that were all doing 21-day fix, and you had a few that were doing size or 22-minute hardcore, so that they can talk about what the workout did for them that day. I think that makes a difference, because everybody that I usually coach is usually doing the 21-day fix. And so they can all talk about how horrible leg day was, or how they loved our, upper, or even the guys were so funny about doing the Pilates. They're like, I can't believe I'm doing Pilates, and they're men, but they did it. And so then the women are like giving them suggestions on how to do the Pilates better. So I actually completely disagree with matching them up. You want to actually get opposite personalities.
Cool.
I think that is going to keep things a little more lively. Because if you put 5 people in a group that just agree with everything, that's not going to be very interesting. You got to have somebody like me in the mix to say, well, yeah, that could be good, but really, it might work better this way.
Yeah.
That always don't go with the flow. So
cool. Thanks. I love that. Does anyone have any questions about any of that from Aletha? I know I already asked a couple.
Oh, and I always name the group. Mm-hmm. I always pick some kind of fun name and just make it. Usually, honestly, it's Team Aletha, because we're like, like the Biggest Loser or The Voice, or any of those big groups.
Oh yeah.
So because they always call me Coach. They call you Coach. Do you ever get that?
Yeah.
I'm Coach.
Yeah.
Or Drill Sergeant. I've got that one before. I like that one.
No one's ever called me.
Really?
I'm trying to push over again.
I don't think you're mean enough to be a Drill Sergeant. But,
that's funny.
Okay. But anyway, so I really, really, really think that works good too. I mean, you have the group, the big group, you want that for the pictures and all that. But honestly, it came out of laziness, because I was messaging everybody every day to kind of keep them active. And I'm like, why am I doing this? And so then I put them in a group, and it just worked out so much better. So
cool. Thanks. Yeah, I love that suggestion. Let's see. So Brittany, I know you've been in a lot of groups before, and you've coached a lot of people. Do you have any tips about how to support your customers through your contest or a challenge group?
I think it kind of goes with the fact that you want to try and talk with them individually, but when you have so many, it's so hard. What I found out doing lately is live videos of you to interact with all of them. Now, I have learned the hard way. If you don't have those people to interact with, it's just you sitting there talking to a screen. You want to have the interaction, and so like maybe promote it in your group for like a couple days so that they know that you're doing a live video, and then say you really need to be watching so we can have a good interaction. If you have any questions, let me answer them for you. And that actually I did that a couple weeks ago, or last week, I don't remember when, but I actually had a lot of interaction and a lot of questions. So it's because they get to know you. It's raw. It's who you are, and you don't get to change anything because it's out there already. And so I think that one's a really big one, because then you can, they can know who you are, and they can ask their questions. And if they need help with anything, they can just, type it to you. You don't have to put them on any video or anything, but the interaction actually turns out really, really well. So, then they can have, like Melissa was saying, the opposites attract, because then they start asking questions, and there's people that will comment in those live videos, and they'll be like, yeah, that's great, but, you could try this, or, what's your opinion on this? And they could all just start talking to each other, and then they become friends, and it's better interaction that way. That's what I've got.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, I noticed when I did the live video that so when you're on your phone, right, doesn't it like scroll down, like you can see who's watching live, and then it like pops up like on your screen, right? Isn't that how you see it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And then it's like whenever they have any questions, you just scroll up and down, and you just see what questions they've asked. Like you can just like, even if you pause for like a second, you can totally go back up, see who asked what question, answer that question, and talk to that person for like maybe a minute or so, or 30 seconds or whatever, and they're like totally focused on you, and they keep asking more questions, or they wanted more information and whatnot. So that's what I figured out, and that's actually what I really like a lot.
Cool. Yeah, I really love that idea. You guys are full of awesome ideas. I'm like taking notes over here. Awesome. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add, Brittany?
Along with the live videos, I think doing kind of like a checkup on them. I don't know. I checked up on Tether a lot while she was doing her program, and we talked and we got to know each other a lot better. We used to be friends growing up and everything, but when you get to know that person really good, it's easier to talk to that person. When we talk about making relationships and having those relationships with our customers and those other coaches that we sign up, and once you really start talking to those coaches and getting to know them, you become really good friends. And the more that you talk to them and the more you get to know them, even if it's in the fitness setting, they're more willing to ask questions, and they're more willing to communicate back with you what they need or what they're looking for, or how you can help them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's true. And then too, going along with checking in with them, I think it helps when you say, like, message me after you do your first workout, or like you give them a like reason to actually contact you, or like send me a message after you try Shakeology and let me know what you think, or like something specific like that. I think that really helps too, because then they'll have like, oh yeah, I was supposed to tell her what I thought about that, and then they'll actually do it. So I've noticed that recently too. Oh, her bread is ready. She's going for it. Vanessa, do you have any tips or questions? I know you've been a participant in a few of our groups and coached a couple people through. Have you come up with anything that's helped?
I find it, I actually personally talk to all of my customers. I call them. So I usually, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, good. I thought my ear went mute. So yeah, I actually just find it way easier, since I'm always typing or texting takes up so much more time. And I just find it way easier to call my customers or my, the contestants, and it doesn't seem to bother. I'll send them a message, hey, do you got a few minutes to talk? And rather say yes or call me in 20 minutes, and then I just call them and we just, talk. Is there anything I can help you with? Anything they have, any questions. So, and I think they're getting a little bit comfortable where they send me a message too, and they're like, hey, do you got a few minutes to talk? And if I do, I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I just kind of have that open door right now with them, and it's been working out okay. So I have to keep it like that. I don't really have set hours as how Shannon has talked about, because I have, my time is just all the time. Like everything is always going for me. So I work the business as I'm, working my other job and taking care of the kids. So any minute that I have to use for it, I just use it. So
yeah, Yeah, I'm kind of like that too. My schedule is dictated by baby, so can't schedule that one out. So yeah, cool. I like that idea. And then that just reminded me that one thing I've done a lot lately, especially because it seems like I only ever have one hand at a time, so I always have the baby in my arms. Voice clips on Facebook Messenger work really well. They can only be a minute long. So if you're going to have it be longer than that, you have to send more than one. But it is kind of nice to have that timeline time frame, because then it kind of forces you to be short and sweet and to the point. But they hear your voice. So sometimes when you message things, you're like trying to convey, like happiness. So you put a smiley face, but it's not the same as sending them a voice clip and being like, hey, I'm so excited that you're joining the group. And, like they hear your excitement. So I've been doing that a lot lately, and people are really liking that. And at first I was like, sorry, I'm holding baby, or I'm driving, or whatever, and I give a reason, but then they're like, oh, I love your voice clips. So, that might be something to try too. It only works on your phone, though. You have to use the Messenger app to do that. And I think you can do video clips as well, which I haven't tried because I haven't been brave enough to try that one. But the one thing is that you can't copy and paste the voice clips, so you do have to say it a few times. Now, when I first started doing it, it's kind of funny. I was so used to doing talk to text. I was like, hey, how are you doing? Exclamation point. I'm like, wait, sorry. I'm like putting in the grammar. But anyway, they probably thought it was a big dork. But yeah, they hear your personality. So that's another thing to try. Tether, I know you're new. Do you have anything? So I know you've been kind of more like the receiving end of Brittanys' support, but do you have any tips or anything that you've appreciated from her, or anything that you've noticed yourself that's been helpful?
When I first started out with the 21-day fix, right after I got the Shakeology, her and Danny would video Skype me over the Facebook Messenger, and we would all work out together over the video chat on Messenger. And that really helped me get going at first, and and then the video chats every day, and then always messaging her saying she asks for updates and stuff like that. Everything just really pushed me to do it, because I feel accountable when I have somebody else pushing me to do it and keeping track of me. I feel a lot more accountable to do it, because Brittany knows I get up at 4 o'clock every morning to exercise before I go to work. And I work 10-hour days. And there's times it's like I don't want to work out, but I know I need to, and a lot of that pushed me to keep going through with it was Brittany, keeping in contact with me, asking me how I'm doing, and, how things were going today and how my exercises went, or, just everything like that. So.
Cool.
That's funny because I thought I was annoying you.
No.
Yeah, some people need a little extra help. Other people are like, just leave me alone, I got it. They don't want any support, any messaging, anything. So yeah, I think you have to kind of base it on what people's needs are and their personality. And some coaches might not be willing to do that, and that's okay. I mean, you don't necessarily have to do that. But you kind of, everybody's different in different ways of approaching things.
Angie,
go ahead.
I do have to say though, and I figured this out with working with my old coach Danny that I sponsored, and Tether, is that if they have the drive, and if you stay talking to them and you keep asking them questions like how they're doing, what are they eating, do they have any questions, like are you needing to work on the modifier, like what can I do to help, they're more likely to get their workouts done, and they're more likely to drink their shakes, and they're more likely to want to coach. Like Tether, she's taken on coaching like so good right now, and she's got so many people talking to her right now. It absolutely amazes me. But it's like if they don't have that drive, and if you don't have the drive to push them to get their stuff done, then how can they succeed if they don't have the support system?
Yeah, exactly. And they're not going to want to be a coach if they don't see any help from you. Yeah, like, why would I want to do that? You're not helping me. So, yeah, definitely you have to be a good example. And that's one thing, Rachel, she wasn't able to make it today. She came up with the idea of this call because I was like, do you have any ideas about what our team needs? And she's like, I think we need to do this one. And she was really saying that the whole way that we get people to join our team is to give them support, especially, the one-on-one connection, and then the challenge groups and the contests. This is how we show that we're supporting each other, not just me as a coach. You know, this is the whole team effort, and this is, you know, the whole community thing. So, and I feel like our regular chat, like our contest always goes really well because it forces everyone to post, first of all. And then people are just excited, you know, that it keeps them going through the end. And so I feel like our contest groups naturally kind of happen the best. It does die down more near the end, but I feel like they go through the 30 days the best. Now, our regular challenge groups, I feel like they've been super dead lately, and I'm going to be totally honest. And a lot of it is my own fault. Because I'm kind of burnt out. I've been running these for over 4 years. I'm like, guys, like every month, it's just like nonstop, every day commenting and putting new people in and starting new groups and trying to post my own recap. And it's hard to keep up with. And I'm kind of burnt out. And so I'm like, well, I don't know what else. Like, you know, I just need to have a better attitude. So that's my own issue. Like, I'm trying to overcome that. I'm like, come on, Angie, you got to do it, or they're not going to do it, you know? And so I think as coaches, we need to be at examples, even if you're not like necessarily doing it for you. Just please post your daily recap for everybody else, especially in our regular challenge groups, just because they're not going to post theirs if they see no one doing it. This last group that just ended, like, I think it was like me and Judy posting. That was about it. And I only did it like 3 or 4 times a week, and she was about the same, and no one else posted. And I was like, oh my gosh, this group is so dead. And it was mainly because no one was doing it. And so when I was messaging my people, they're like, oh, the group is dead. Like, why would I want to join another one? It didn't really help. You know, so we really have to kind of like revive the groups by us doing it. And if there's 5 coaches running it and all 5 of us are posting every day, they don't necessarily know who the coaches are. They're going to be like, wow, there's 5 people posting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to seem like more interaction, so they're going to be more likely to post. So I think that as a team,
hey,
we really
Angie,
rally up and do better. Yeah.
do we have to post our recaps? Because to me, I feel like that's very monotonous. What if we just made it a point to post something every day?
I think that's true. That's my issue too. I'm like, I don't have time to sit there and write everything out. And so sometimes, I'll just be like, this is what I ate for dinner, or this is my workout. You know what I mean? Like just one thing. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Because I do try to do that every day. I just can't do, it takes too long to do the recaps over and over again. And a lot of times I'm not eating good. So I don't want to post what I ate because it's horrible.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, anything that you post, even if it's, hey, I got a new water bottle today, you know, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Anything, or I'm struggling with eating these awesome looking donuts over here, you know, so something so that they see that we are interacting and we are engaged and we do care and we're participating. I mean, we have to be good examples. We're coaches, so they have to see that we're doing it. And even if you're posting it on your personal page, you know, it just transfer it onto your challenge group too. Just copy paste, you know, or share it or something. So yeah, so perfectly honest, I'm burnt out, but I'm trying my best. We're, you know, let's just all do it anyway. And like she said, just one thing is better. So yeah, I like that idea.
Hey, Angie, why don't we ever follow any of the challenge group posts out of the back office?
Yeah, all the groups that Pete has started, he's really good about getting us to use the challenge group template that the New Wave group has started. It's in our Team Aspire group. We've used that for a few of them, and it is helpful because then you know what to post. The thing I don't like about it is it's kind of hard to access, so you have to pull it up. If you're on your phone, you know, you're like, you know, you're trying to copy it. So I always have to do it from a computer because I just don't like doing it from my phone. And so if you're kind of like in a rush, you can't just say, oh, I'm going to find something motivational, you know, throw it up. Like, you have to post that one specific thing. So that's the one thing I don't like about that, and it's a little confusing for new coaches, but it is nice to have because it's structured, you know, and it's kind of like a no-brainer. You just go and do it. So I think there's pros and cons, definitely. We can try, you know, to do that more often, see what you guys think. So.
Well, and I always like go to our actual back office and like scroll through and, you know, not necessarily use like the sales post, but like pulling out like the Shakeology post, and, you know, that way we're actually posting about the products too. So they're learning about Shakeology, like what's in it, why are we drinking it? because what I've noticed is we catch people for the first 30 days, but if we're not really showing them the value of why this is so important, yeah, they felt better for 30 days, but they're not going to justify the cost again for another 30 days.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
You know, and figuring out like a call to action every day. But even if we do that, how do we get them to do it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Some people like to be tagged in the posts and some people don't. So you could kind of try and see, and if they get annoyed, then they'll tell you, hopefully. So,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. But yeah, so what she's talking about is in the Coach Online office, there's actually challenge group templates, and they have some specific for workouts. So they have like a 21-day fix one if you want to run a 21-day fix group, or they have mixed challenge groups. So like, you know, everyone using a different Beachbody workout. So they have lots of things back there for you to use, and they're all already put together, and they tell you how to start the group and what to put before it starts and like all this stuff. So they have lots of stuff back there, so you guys don't have to figure it all out. So yeah, that's what she was talking about.
So. Hey, Angie, I actually used it last month. It worked really well. So I did put a lot of info on the workouts and put like blog stuff from Beachbody, and I did give a lot of info on like Shakeology and stuff like that. So
cool. Yeah.
Because if I really was shooting blanks, I could go look in there for my, you know, I can find something. So
yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm glad you used it. So does anyone have any last minute tips, questions, suggestions? Brittany?
Yeah. Just I think with everything that we talked about is getting your face out there, showing them, like, be an example, like we're doing the programs. We all know that we're doing the programs. And you know, and this is where I struggle the most, because I want to be, you know, I want to be the product and everything. And I think knowing that we have to post more videos like of us either doing our workout or drinking Shakeology, pictures of us, whatever, make sure your face is on it so that they know it's you. But you also need to show like your progress pictures and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's motivation for them. And if you show those progress pictures, and if you show them that it actually does work, and give them the information that they need, like we've been talking about, they should want to continue. If they don't, and if it's because of money issues, I mean, there's nothing that we can really do to keep them going after the 30 days. Yeah. You know, it just depends on if they're motivated enough to keep going, and if we're good enough examples to make that work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very true. And I think too that especially after this contest is over, so if you guys have any contestants that aren't active coaches in the team, even if they're discount coaches, even better, right? They're already coaches, but reach out to them and say, hey, look, you know, you've been posting on your personal or timeline about the contest. Your friends and family have been commenting. You're already doing what I do as a coach. You might as well get paid for it, right? You know, just see if they're interested, because this is really a really good way to transition people. I know Melitha just kind of did that with Barbara from the contest, and that was really effective. So, you know, people kind of realize that, hey, I can do this. You know, this is what you do. Oh, you know, so having that would be awesome. So yeah, so thank you everybody for all those suggestions. Do you have any last minute? Yeah, Melitha?
I think we should do a Coach Blitz like a week after the end of the contest.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was actually wondering if you guys wanted to do like, so before we had done a coach call or a call to help us, you know, promote the contest to the contestants to see if they wanted to help us build the contest. We could do that, or we could do a Coach Blitz after or during, or, you know, both, or we could, you know, what do you guys think?
I personally,
sorry.
Go. Nope, you go.
I was thinking like right after do the Coach Blitz, you know, because it's still fresh in their minds, and they see what we're doing, you know, and they'll be like, oh, maybe that's something that I could do, you know, and then they do the Coach Blitz, and it's got everything and all the information in it within 1 hour, you know. I think that we could have a really good turnout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Coach Blitz better than the call. Because just telling them, you know, hey, it's an hour of little short videos. You know, we do it this way because that way you don't get bored. Like with a 1 hour or a 45-minute call, there's really no interaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the Blitz, you know, I was literally blitzing because I was sitting there typing as fast as I could to talk to all these different people.
Yeah.
You know, I had 10 people show up.
Mhm.
You know, and I got 3 phone calls out of it, and I got 1 discount coach and Barbara out of it. And to me, that was good. If I could do that every single time, that would be my coaches that I need monthly.
Yeah.
And I have another girl I have to talk to on the 12th of May from the Blitz, but she had stuff going on, but she was like, I'll be caught up on the 12th, so I want to do it then. So I don't know if we need to try to figure out how to do our own Blitz, or do we do it as one big umbrella Blitz?
We could do, so what I was actually thinking is we could use some of the stuff that Shannon did, or the one from the Diamond Dash or something like that. What we could do is all just have a assigned time and all just go live and just have to be short. Like, okay, you've got 4 minutes, you know, if we do it every 5 minutes, or 3 to 4 minutes, you know, and you're going to be at this time, and you're going to be at this time, and you're going to be at this time, and I want you to talk about this, and I want you to talk. You're like, what if we did it all live? Like, that would be kind of exciting if we all took turns, or, you know, so we can talk about it next week again, but so that's an idea. We have less than a minute.
That's a good idea. Yeah, that is a really, really good idea. Maybe we should focus a coach call on that.
Yeah, so let's talk about that next week then, like what we want to do with helping promote the contest. So heads up, we do have that prize going out, so make sure you comment. I want to get this out to somebody. So, all right, thanks everyone.
Yay.
Yes, we'll talk to you next week on Tuesday night. Bye.
Bye.